Did some proceed.
All right, let's call this meeting to order. Roll call, please.
Kurt Smith,
Here.
Gustafson. Perry,
Here.
J.R. Smith.
Here.
Brabner. Mayor.
I am here. The pledge and the invocation will be led by our city clerk, Becky Gaines. If you please rise.
Let us pray. Heavenly Father, we thank you for the privilege of living in this country where we can come out tonight and do the business of the city. We ask you to bless this city council, the city employees, and in particular our first responders, our fire and police, as they go about their duties. In this Christmas season, we ask you to remind us all of the spirit of Christmas, the spirit of giving, and particularly the spirit of loving each other. And we again thank you for all the blessings you've given us. In thy name we pray. Amen. I pledge allegiance.
Thank you, Mrs. Gaines. I ask for the approval of the minutes of the previous meeting, the work session, November 15, 2021, and the regular meeting, November 15, 2021. Are there any corrections? If not, I stand approved as written. Reports of committees and officers. Ms. Gaines?
No report, sir.
Mr. Connor?
No further reports, Mayor.
Chief Barber? Chief Few? Mr. Patterson?
Yes, sir. I'd just like to take a chance to, I know you said last night at our tree lighting, you know, as far as the people who helped us, but I'd hate to know that I went without saying all the public works as well as the fire department for helping us get ready for that, as well as the upcoming parade. So just wanted to take a chance to say that.
Thank you, Mr. Patterson. I was actually going to cover that in a little bit, but I'm glad you did also. There's a lot of people that put a lot of work. The fire departments, you know, if out there, big ladder truck, we couldn't get up to put some of those things up, including the tree. Staff, I mean, we had, and I'm not going to start naming everyone because I sure forget one, but I mean, from fluffing up bows to, I mean, it truly is a hands-on event, all of the Christmas season here in the city. And from the council, I'd like to say thank you, Chester, Becky, for all your staff, Chief Few. I'm not going to thank Chief Barber because he didn't do anything, but he was here. Thank you, sir. I appreciate your attendance. But there's so many people. I mean, in addition to just, you know, last night we had tree lighting, putting up all those lights. Think about all the lights. And I'm not talking about just here. I'm talking about up and down the medians in the intersections. Coordinating with Riviera to hang those lights on the poles, you know. And next year's even going to be worse, you know, better. We got all the new decorative lighting coming in. You know, there's only about a third of them in. There's still a lot more to go. And because of contract situations between the lighting company and the construction company on 31, that project had to be put on hold until the construction is over. Once that's done, then they'll come back in and finish the rest of the lights. But we didn't want to go in there and decorate any of those lights because they're not even energized yet. So next year's going to be even bigger and better. Staff is already looking at what they want to buy for next year, of which I told them that we'll wait till after the January sales come in, and then we'll start looking. But Chester, Becky, thank you all. Chief Hugh, thank you. Casey did a lot back there. I mean, the whole city staff stepped forward. I do thank you from the citizens and the council. Public participation, now's your chance to talk with the council. If you have something you'd like to address, please come forward and give us your name and address. The podium is open. Moving on, under announcements, the community center and all city offices will be closed Christmas holiday, Friday, December 23rd, 2021, and Monday, December 27th, 2021. The library will be closed Friday, the 23rd, Saturday, the 24th, and Monday, the 27th for the Christmas holiday as well. The community center and all city offices will be closed Friday, December 31st for the New Year's holiday. The library will be closed Friday the 31st and Saturday, January 1st. City would like to thank all who came out. We had a great crowd last night. Parking was at a premium. It was well attended for our Christmas tree lighting, and once again, thank you for everyone who helped us with that event. We do have upcoming events in the city. This coming Saturday, December 11th at 6 p.m. Come celebrate with the annual City of Spanish Fort Spirit of Christmas Parade to be held at the Eastern Shore Center. The parade route will begin at Dillard's and loop around the center twice and end up back at Dillard's. Please join us for the City of Spanish Fort annual reading of The Night Before Christmas by Clement Clark Moore, Thursday, December 16th, 2021 at 6 p.m. At the Spanish Fort Community Center, 7361 Spanish Fort Boulevard, Spanish Fort, Alabama. Parents are encouraged to bring their children in their pajamas and their favorite blanket. We will have hot chocolate and cookies and things like that to give out, in addition to a little book that we always give out to our kids. There is no old business. Under new business, we'll have a public hearing on ordinance number 596, 2021, an ordinance amending the ordinance of number 5196 of the City of Spanish Fort, changing the zoning classification of certain property located at 31009 Spanish Oaks Drive West, Spanish Fort, Alabama, from R1 to R4. Mr. Connor?
Mayor, this is a proposed ordinance amending the zoning ordinance of the City of Spanish Fort, changing the zoning classification of that certain property located at 31009 Spanish Oak Drive from R1 Single Family Residential District to R4 Manufactured Mobile Home Residential District for the purpose of locating one manufactured mobile home on the property. The Planning Commission held a public hearing on October 11, 2021 and forwards a positive recommendation for this rezoning request.
Thank you, Mr. Connor. Any discussion from the council? I will open the public hearing and ask anyone who would like to speak to this subject, please give us your name and address. Public hearing is now open. Public hearing is now closed. Any discussion from the council? Do I have a motion?
Motion to approve ordinance 596, 2021.
Second.
We have a motion and a second. Any discussion? Roll call, please.
Kurt Smith,
Yes.
Gustafson,
Yes.
Perry,
Yes.
J.R. Smith.
Yes.
Brabner, Mayor.
Yes, ordinance is adopted. I'd like to present ordinance number 597, 2021, an ordinance establishing parking regulations for the City of Spanish Fort, Alabama. Mr. Connor?
Mayor, this is an ordinance, as you stated, establishing parking regulations in the city to control and regulate stopping, standing, and parked vehicles in the City of Spanish Fort. It states the circumstances, locations where parking is allowed and where parking is prohibited, provides for unattended or abandoned vehicles, the impounding and moving of vehicles as deemed necessary to protect the public health, safety, and welfare, as well as private property where parking of unauthorized vehicles is prohibited. It also designates or prohibits parking in handicapped areas for those persons that are not handicapped or otherwise displaying the appropriate placard allows for removal of vehicles and sale of vehicles after impoundment if they're unclaimed by the owners within the requisite times established by state law. It also establishes penalties of $25 for each first violation, $50 for a second violation within 24 months of the first violation, and $100 for a third violation within 24 months of a repeat violation, and also authorizes the judge of the municipal court to sentence someone to up to 30 days depending on the circumstances of the violation.
Thank you, Mr. Connor. Any discussion from the council? This ordinance has had a few changes, tweaks to it, including a window of 24 months for the events to happen. I can assure you this is not a moneymaker for the city of Spanish Fort. It's just a way to give teeth for our police to be able to do their job in the situations that are arising. Any further discussion? Do I have a motion?
Make a motion to approve 597, 2021.
Second.
Motion and a second. Any further discussion? Roll call, please.
Kurt Smith,
Yes.
Gustafson,
Yes.
Perry,
Yes.
J.R. Smith.
Yes.
Brabner. Mayor.
Yes, the ordinance is adopted. I'd like to introduce ordinance number 598, 2021, an ordinance adopting standards and regulations regarding the placement, construction, and maintenance of signs within the city of Spanish Fort, Alabama. Mr. Connor.
Mayor, this is a proposed new sign ordinance for the city of Spanish Fort that would address issues and concerns that have been raised over the years pursuant to the existing sign ordinance. Also to provide for some signage that's been requested by property owners for purposes of use of their facilities, public and private. It establishes procedures for permitting, states by district, location, and use, the types and size of signs that are allowed. This has been an ongoing work of the City Council for a period of time. This is the form of the ordinance at this point in time. As we discussed in work session, if anyone has any changes that need to be made or any tweaks, that we want to make those as soon as possible to make sure we've covered all the items we've discussed. This will be submitted to the Planning Commission for public hearing, review, and recommendation to the City Council, and there will also be public hearings at the City Council for consideration of this ordinance.
Thank you, Mr. Connor. Discussion from the council. I will mention this ordinance has been in the work process for numerous years, but actively within the last 8 to 10 months, we've been working at least monthly on this, trying to get it up to a speed where we want it to be. It does give us changes in our sign ordinance to the point that needed to be done with some tweaking. We will have, as Mr. Connor mentioned, a series of public hearings on this. The City Council will actually have two, one in January the 3rd and one on the 18th because of Martin Luther King falling on the 17th. The Planning Commission will have a public hearing on this. I believe it'll be January the 10th. So there'll be ample opportunities to have discussion on this item. It is another piece that needed to be updated within our city, and it's a little bit overdue. Any further discussion? This will be on your future agendas. I'd like to present Resolution 1186, 2021, a resolution authorizing the mayor to enter into a contract between the City of Spanish Fort and the Spanish Fort Fire Rescue Department, Inc. Mr. Connor?
Mayor, this was passed at our last meeting, but we discovered after that meeting that there was an issue related to the voting that we wanted to clarify and ratify and correct for the purposes of this resolution. So I would suggest that we have a motion to reconsider, to bring this back up for consideration, and then register the votes again to make sure that it's passed in accordance with applicable laws.
Thank you, Mr. Connor. Any discussion from the council? Do I have a motion to reconsider?
Make a motion to reconsider resolution number 1186-2021.
Second.
Motion and a second. Any further discussion? Roll call, please.
Kurt Smith,
Yes.
Gustafson,
Yes.
J.R. Smith.
Yes.
Brabner. Mayor.
Didn't you skip one?
He's recused himself.
I didn't hear him say reclused. Doesn't he need to state that?
Mr. Perry, are you recusing yourself?
Yes.
Okay, and I vote yes. Thank you. Isn't that the way it should be, David? Okay, just want to make sure. Like to present ordinance number 1192, 2021.
No, Mayor. Need to now vote on.
So we voted to
1186,
reconsider.
2021.
Do I have a motion to approve resolution 1186, 2021?
So moved.
Second.
Discussion? Roll call.
Kurt Smith.
Yes.
Gustafson.
Yes.
Now J.R. Smith.
Yes.
Brabner. Yes. Mayor. He's recused. Okay, Shane
Still
Perry.
have to ask.
I recuse.
All right.
And I say yes. So now the resolution is approved. Thank you. I'd like to present Resolution 1192, 2021, a resolution authorizing the mayor to enter in an agreement for accounting and auditing services between the city of Spanish Fort, Alabama and Adviso Group, Inc. Mr. Connor?
Mayor, this resolution accepts a proposal by Adviso Group to perform the auditing services for the city of Spanish Fort and the cooperative district of the city of Spanish Fort Highway 98 public facilities. The cost of the audit for the CID is $4,500. The cost of the audit for the city is $27,500.
Now, I'm assuming from this resolution that the Eastern Shore Center would be, the CID would be responsible for their audit. Is that because we're not,
We already adopted that resolution last time.
shouldn't the CID be paying for their own audit?
I think that it is highly possible for us to seek reimbursement of this expense from both of those
I'd
districts.
like to
Yeah.
instruct staff to proceed with that. Any way we can save a nickel, we should.
It's been, as you know, Mayor, an accommodation to both districts while they had bonds outstanding to help assist with the auditing, but particularly as it relates to the Eastern Shore Center, that's something that we ought to address.
Okay, thank you, Mr. Connor. Any discussion on 1192, 2021?
Yes. If I'm reading this correctly,
Speak in the microphone.
I did.
Well, it's not.
Oh,
Check your
sorry.
mouth.
On the first one, it only mentions the 98 public facilities. So where's the second one for?
That was approved by separate resolution at your last meeting.
Okay.
The emails came in several days apart, so one got on one agenda and the other came like that Monday.
Any further discussion? Do I have a motion?
Make a motion, we approve Resolution 1192, 2021.
Second.
Any discussion? Roll call, please.
Kurt Smith.
Yes.
Gustafson.
Yes.
Perry.
Yes.
J.R. Smith.
Yes.
Brabner. Yes. Mayor.
Yes, the resolution is approved. I'd like to present Resolution 1193, 2021, a resolution authorizing the mayor to execute a proposal between the city of Spanish Fort, Alabama and Sansom Equipment Company and Bank Corp South. Ms. Connor?
Mayor, this is a proposal to purchase a stormwater drainage inspection camera and accessories to assist the Public Works Department and staff in reviewing the stormwater drainage lines. It also has the ability to allow for mapping of those lines. The cost of the camera is $115,111. That's on state bid. There's also accompanying financing through Bank Corp South that allows for financing over that for a period of 5 years at a rate of 2.41% interest. At the end of the 5-year lease, the camera will become the property of the city without any further payments.
Thank you, Mr. Connor. Any discussion? Do I have a motion?
Make a motion to approve resolution number 1193-2021.
Second.
Any discussion? Roll call, please.
Kurt Smith.
Yes.
Gustafson.
Yes.
Perry.
Yes.
J.R. Smith.
Yes.
Brabner. Mayor.
Yes, the resolution is approved. I'd like to present Resolution 1194, 2021, a resolution authorizing the mayor to execute an agreement between the City of Spanish Fort, Alabama and American Tennis Courts, Inc. Mr. Connor?
Mayor, this is a proposed agreement with American Tennis Courts, Inc. to perform certain improvements and repairs at the tennis facilities at Spirit Park. The amount of the proposal is $48,052. That is less than the required amount to bid for a public works project, so there's no requirement that this be publicly bid. A copy of the proposed agreement is attached as Exhibit A, subject to any changes deemed necessary by the mayor.
Thank you, Mr. Connor. Any discussion from the council? Now, we're putting this in front of y'all now because this work will be done in July or August. But in order to achieve the savings, we need to divide it get the contract in place before the end of this calendar year, so we're able to save a little money doing it that way. Any other discussion? Do I have a motion?
Motion to approve Resolution 1194, 2021.
Second.
Discussion? Roll call, please.
Kurt Smith,
Yes.
Gustafson,
Yes.
Terry,
Yes.
J.R. Smith.
Yes.
Brabner. Mayor.
Yes, the resolution is approved. I'd like to present Resolution 1195, 2021, a resolution authorizing the mayor to enter an intergovernmental services agreement with the Baldwin County Commission for assistance with funding for a transportation alternative program project for the construction of multi-use sidewalks improvement along Jimmy Faulkner Drive and Dunlin Avenue to Spanish Fort Middle School. Mr. Connor?
Mayor, as you and the council know, I do have a conflict of interest on this item, but I'll explain it briefly. The city has received a TAP Transportation Alternatives Program grant for the construction of certain sidewalk improvements from its termination at this point in time on the west side of Jimmy Faulkner Drive from Dunlin Avenue running north to Spanish Fort Middle School. A portion of this project scope is actually in the county, where the county maintains the right-of-way. The mayor reached out and the council reached out to this county commission, and it's our understanding that they've agreed to share in the matching cost for the construction of that portion of the sidewalk that's within the county. Attached to this agreement is a proposed agreement, intergovernmental service agreement as it relates to that.
And I'm sorry, Mr. Connor, I handled it during the work session, just sort of getting the habit and threw it right at you for this session. Mr. Connor does have a conflict. I should have handled this on the agenda, but he explains it so much better than I ever could. Any discussion from the council? Do I have a motion?
This is introduction, Mayor.
Well, you seemed like that'd be noted on my agenda.
I thought it said call for any discussion, first reading. My bad.
Okay, I'd like to present Resolution 1196, 2021, a resolution awarding a bid for the Wakefield Canal Restoration Project, ADM SRF Project number CS10874 for the City of Spanish Fort, Alabama. And is this one being introduced tonight?
Yes, sir.
Mr. Connor?
Mayor, this is a proposed agreement, or, I'm sorry, a proposed award of bid for the Wakefield Canal Restoration Project. As you know, the city applied for a loan through the state revolving fund for the construction cost of the Wakefield project. It enters into a financing arrangement that will provide for some portion of loan forgiveness depending on the terms and conditions of those documents. Civil Southeast Engineering Group has performed and prepared the design and construction drawings and specifications for the project. The project was bid on November 17, 2021, and the lowest responsible bidder for the project at the amount of $395,016 is Grady Rawls and Sons, Inc., and they recommend that the city award the construction project to Grady Rawls and Sons, Inc.
Thank you, Mr. Connor. Any discussion from the council? This is a project that has been on our list for quite a while, and I'm really glad to see it come to completion, or at least moving forward to get it completed. This also is being introduced tonight, will be on your next agenda December 20th. I'd like to introduce Resolution 1197, 2021, a resolution authorizing the mayor to execute an agreement for engineering services between the City of Spanish Fort, Alabama and Matthew Jones Engineering LLC for Denise Lane and Rita Avenue drainage improvements. Mr. Connor?
Matthew Jones, of Matthew Jones Engineering LLC, has been doing work for the city for some time and also provides direct assistance to the Planning Commission as well. He has submitted a proposal for review by the city and approval by the City Council for plans and specifications and drawings for the drainage improvements to be constructed between Denise Lane and Rita Avenue. A copy of the proposed agreement is attached as Exhibit A. The amount of the contract is approximately $27,000 for those requirements, providing design, specifications, and plans, project manual, and construction services.
Thank you, Mr. Connor. Any discussion from the council? This is the first of two agenda items tonight, but this is a series of drainage improvements that we're able to take advantage of because of the American Rescue Act funding that's been presented to us. So you'll see these two and others coming forward. This item is being introduced tonight and will be in your December 20th agenda. I'd like to introduce Resolution 1198, 2021, a resolution authorizing the mayor to execute an agreement for engineering services between the City of Spanish Fort, Alabama, and Matthew Jones Engineering, LLC, for Caisson Trace drainage improvements. Mr. Connor?
Mayor, this is for, with Matthew Jones Engineering, for the same type of work and scope of work related to drainage improvements at Caisson Trace or on Caisson Trace in the City of Spanish Fort. The proposed proposal is attached as Exhibit 1, and the amount of this contract is approximately $18,000 for the design, plan, specification, project manual, and construction services.
Thank you, Mr. Connor. Any discussion from the council? This, again, is being introduced tonight. Will be on your December 20th agenda. I know we have one more agenda item that was not placed on the agenda, a one-time salary adjustment. Mr. Connor?
We have the City Council at different times does salary adjustments to compensate or address salary issues as it relates to cost of living and other issues. At this point in time, it was discussed at the work session that a motion would be made to allow for a one-time salary adjustment of $600 for all full-time city employees with 1 year or more of service, $150 for all full-time city employees with less than 1 year and greater than 6 months service, and $75 for all full-time city employees and permanent part-time employees with less than 6 months of service who are active employees as of December 2021.
Thank you, Mr. Connor. Any discussion from the council? Do I have a motion?
I'll make a motion to suspend the rules.
Second.
Motion and second. Any discussion? Roll call, please.
Kurt Smith,
Yes.
Gustafson,
Yes.
Perry,
Yes.
J.R. Smith,
Yes.
Brabner, Mayor.
Yes, and thank you, Mr. Smith, saying suspend the rules because I already forgotten about that part of it. Do I have a motion to adopt?
Make a motion to adopt the one-time salary adjustment as
Second.
quoted by Dave.
Have a motion and a second. Any discussion? Roll call, please.
Kurt Smith,
Yes.
Gustafson,
Yes.
Perry,
Yes.
J.R. Smith,
Yes.
Brabner, Mayor.
Yes, I'm very proud to declare this motion approved. Our employees work hard all year long. They do a great job. They're certainly a pleasure to deal with on most occasions. Sometimes maybe not, but no, honestly, we got a great crew, all departments within the city. So I'm glad this motion was approved. Any other business come before the council?
The only thing I wanted to say before we close is if anybody has questions regarding the proposal that are presented during the work session, definitely call me, talk to me about it, because like I say, everything is in a very, very skeleton form at this point. And it leaves a lot of I want the council to look at this and genuinely think about it, come up with questions and ways that we can adopt this.
Thank you, sir. Anybody else? Have a motion to adjourn?
So moved.